Welcome back to the channel. My name is A-Bomb. We're back with Football Manager 2019 and Eastern Resurgence with Berliner FC Dynamo, and today I have for you a Europa League game. Like I said last time, Bundesliga is taking a bit of a backseat at the moment just because we've seen all these Bundesliga teams so much over the past few years. We're in Europe for the first time, so we're going to be focusing on the Europa League. Facing Bursaspor today, who are the team ranked 4th in our group. It's a home game, so on paper, this is the easiest game in our group. But if we do lose this one, then I really can't see us getting through our group. This is match day 2 out of 6. We have Anderlecht, one team in our group that we've yet to face, and we faced Alkmaar in our first game, the Netherlands team, which I'll show you what happened in that in a minute. In the last episode, we did defeat Club Brugge in the Europa League playoff with a 2-0 home win, and then a 3-2 win away from home with Bruno, Karadziottis and Haag scoring. In between those two games, our first Bundesliga game was a 2-0 home win against Mainz. Off camera, we've had 5 more Bundesliga games and our first game in the Europa League group, and we'll go through those now. First up was a away game against Hanover, a team that we've not beaten very much, maybe twice in this series. It was a 2-2 away draw. I think that's a good point. Hanover are a good side, and they finished, I think, 10th last time. They were runners-up in the German Cup and were trying to get our spot in the Europa League, but didn't end up getting it. It was Bruno who actually gave us a lead, though, in just the 5th minute. It's a nice early goal, but Hanover weren't far behind us as they equalised through Berkay Özcan in the 14th minute. It was a pair of penalties in the second half that decided the game, as Tobias Svensson converted one for Hanover on the 64th minute. But then we were awarded a penalty late in the game in the 93rd minute, and it was Martin Tarnat, the substitute, who converted the penalty and saved the point for us. He replaced Karadziottis, who does not like the Bundesliga. He's never scored in the Bundesliga. He scored 5, maybe 6 goals in the 4 European games he's played. It might be 5, I don't quite know. But yeah, he loves the Europa League, hates the Bundesliga, hasn't scored for me yet in that competition, so I guess he's our European striker, I don't know. But a good point away from home against Hanover, I will take it. We did get back to winning ways though. We beat Werder Bremen 3-1, one of the weaker sides in the division there in the bottom half. I think they were 17th at this point, hadn't won a game yet. It was a slow start, but all in all, it was a pretty convincing win. So it was a slow start because Werder Bremen actually took the lead. Josh Sargent, the forward, getting the 17th minute goal, giving Werder Bremen a first half lead. Not what was meant to happen for us. However, we did equalise just before half-time. Afonso Sousa, late in the first half, did equalise for us. And then in the second half, we dominated. We were much, much better. Bernard Strobel scored on the 65th minute to give us a lead for the first time in the game. And then 7 minutes from time, Fabian Haag scored to make it 3-1. So, like I said, it was a slow start, but we improved as the game got on. We sort of got into the game later on, and second half was much, much better. And in the end, we took control, and Werder Bremen didn't defend very well in the end. And then we had our first Europa League group stage game. This was away against AZ Alkmaar in the Netherlands, and we lost 4-2. We were 4-0 down within an hour. Did stage a late comeback. Actually had more shots than them, but Alkmaar were just clinical with their finishing. We really weren't very good defensively. Stakura wasn't great in goal. Yeah, 4-2. Yeah, I think it's a fair scoreline. 4-0 would have been a bit harsh on us, but 4-2, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's only our first game, and it's a tough one. Alkmaar were ranked first in the group. We're third. It was an away game in the Netherlands. It was going to be tough. Alkmaar took a 3-0 lead in the first half. Calvin Stengs scored in the 38th minute. And then it was a quick brace late in the first half for Cesar Eras, who got a hat-trick. So he scored 2 late in the first half to give Alkmaar a 3-0 lead at half-time. They got a 4th on 57 minutes, Eras completing his hat-trick. But in the last 10 minutes, we did stage a bit of a comeback. We'd had shots throughout the game, but very rarely threatened their goal. But later on, Daniel Arne, a new signing from Leipzig on loan, got his first goal for the club. That was on 83 minutes. And then in the 93rd minute, Tarnat scored once again from the bench to make it 4-2. So yeah, 4-2, I think it's a fair scoreline. Hopefully we can pick up some better results in these group stage games against Bursaspor today. If we're going to go out, let's at least make it a bit interesting and not lose all 6 games. We were very close to getting something against Borussia Dortmund, but we had 2 red cards in quick succession in the second half and ended the game in 9 men. But yeah, we were close to getting something against Borussia Dortmund away from home. We took a lead. And then they picked us back, and then we couldn't quite finish them off, and then red cards sort of took the game away from us. It was Sousa getting the first half goal for us in the 24th minute, giving us a unlikely lead away against Dortmund. But they did equalise in the 38th minute. Marco Minuini, the striker, equalising for the home team. And we did sort of sit back and maybe try and play for the draw. But then Hodzic received his second yellow card on 73 minutes, so he got a red. And then just a few minutes later, Riccioli was sent off a straight red card for a professional foul. He was the last man and had to be sent off. So we went down to 9 men. It was at that point we went ultra defensive and just tried to play for the draw, but couldn't quite get it through. Jan Horvath scored the winning goal for Dortmund, making it 2-1 in 85 minutes. And that's how it ended. On another day, this may have been a draw, but 2 red cards made sure we didn't get that. It was unfortunate. It was a tough result. We bounced back though. We beat Hertha 3-1 at home. Just much better finishing than our opponents, who did not look good. Moore was decent for him, but that was about it. Haag scored again in the 25th minute. Sousa and Haag have been a bit hit and miss for us, but they're coming through with goals this season, which I like to see. And he got the first goal, Haag. 4 minutes later, we made it 2-0. Bernard Strebel scored, I think, his 3rd goal of the season to give us a 2-0 lead before half-time. Looking very strong against Hertha Berlin. In the second half, Hertha did come back into the game. They got a goal through George Moore on 71 minutes. But we restored our 2-goal cushion. Shaban Kier with, I think, his first goal of the season, 77th minute. He's been on the bench recently. Bruno's been in pretty good form, actually. Kier scored the 3rd goal, 77 minutes. 3-1 home win against Hertha Berlin. Again, a team that we don't get good results against a lot. But this is a good one, and it shows like the team's come a long way. And then the final result off camera was a 2-2 away draw against Schalke. Not a bad one here. We've had a bit of trouble with defence recently. You saw last video, Vujacic, our new defender, was injured for a few weeks, and we also had Riccioli suspended for that Hertha game. But thankfully we did all right, and we've got a 2-2 draw away from home here again. It's another good point away from home. We took a lead through Sousa in the 9th minute, so a nice early goal for our central attacking midfielder. But it was Sanseverino getting both goals for Schalke, equalised on the 17th minute, went at a half-time, 1 goal apiece. And the Schalke midfielder did put their team in front just before the hour, Sanseverino getting his 2nd goal of the game and giving Schalke the lead. Only for about 10 minutes, though, as Kier scored, again, started this time. And he got the goal on 69 minutes to, again, save us a point. Another 2-2 draw away from home. These away points are going to be important, so it's good to see us picking them up. We've only lost 1 game so far this season. We're in about 4th or 5th maybe, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's been a good start to the Bundesliga campaign. We've only lost once. And yeah, we've been doing well. We've been picking up points home and away. So yeah, I'm satisfied so far. Looking at the table, we're in 4th place. No one's unbeaten. Everyone's lost at least 1 game. So this is Daniel Arno, the right winger we have on loan from RB Leipzig. Very, very quick. He is down as a wonder kid, which is good for us. We've got him for a season. We are paying his wages. We are paying a small fee to RB Leipzig as well, £27,500 a month, as long as we play him. If we don't, it's 55. But yeah, we've got him on loan for the season. And yeah, he looks very good. He's extremely quick. He's got a good work rate. Technically as well, his crossing's pretty good. His technique's very good. Looks like a very good option for that right wing. He can play a bit deeper. He's not quite, you know, that full attacking winger. But he's still a good option. We've signed a 17-year-old striker. Sander Giens has joined us from Capellen. Very small fee, £19,000. And we have broken our transfer record. A £10 million signing. Adrian Biasoli is a central midfielder, essentially replacing Salvetti Cetin, who's not going to see as much game time this season. A professional central midfielder, a very good first touch. Technique, again, is very good. Vision, leadership. So it looks like it can be a real sort of unit in that midfield that can really sort of dictate the play, hopefully. Physically as well, very good. Balanced, very fit, pretty quick. And yeah, he looks like a very good option for that central midfield. And our newest, most expensive player, £10 million, which is, I think, more than double what our last most expensive signing was. We're still not spending the huge amount of money we have. We still have 60 million in the budget, but we can't spend it because no one wants to join us. Like, people that cost that much, they're not interested in joining us just yet. Even though we're in Europe, people aren't still quite interested in us. We have some injuries, as you can see here. Kier's got a groin injury. Jansen's got a hamstring injury. Fornalak's out and Sal's out, but I think we do have Vujacic back. And we are favourites for this home game against Bursaspor. I believe they're the Turkish champions as well. I haven't looked at the teams in great detail, but Bursaspor, I'm pretty sure, yes, they won the Turkish Super League last season. So they are the Turkish champions after being sort of in the top 5 for the past sort of few years. Kier could play, but we have Augsburg in just a few days, so I think we are going to replace him with Bruno. Vujacic could play, but I think we'll leave him out just as a precaution today. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to start Biosoli alongside Hodzic and play him as that as the Anchorman. And we served the suspension, he's back, and this is the Europe, so he's not suspended for this competition. I think this is what we'll go with today. Go for that asymmetric style. We could move him like over here or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Let's do this. We'll try that. It looks a mess. I know OCD sufferers are going to scream at me for having this mess of a formation. But yeah, let's see how we do. Strebel's in decent form as well. Arne will get plenty of time. We need to make sure that he does play so that we're not paying Leipzig more than we need to. But they'll share out that right wing spot, definitely. I started Kyleman as well. He's pretty untested for us, actually. He's played a couple of games. He played in a cup game, but this is only his second start. Might have been a mistake. We do have Tarnat on the bench, though, if it doesn't work out. We have a corner here, though, 13 minutes into the game. Rikuli with a header and Rikuli with a goal. 13 minutes in, and we draw first blood. Joao Rikuli with his first goal of the season. He only scored once last season. That was from a set piece. But we're doing well with our set pieces at the moment. Very happy. Rikuli, about 10 yards out, wins the header, wins the goal. And while Bursaspor are winning the possession game, they haven't had a shot at goal yet. But we go in at half-time 1-0 up. Bursaspor have not had a shot at goal yet. They did beat Anderlecht 3-1 in the first match day, so they do have 3 points. And yeah, possession in the end, bit more level, but 8 shots to 0. We're on top. Let's keep it that way. And once again, Coleman has not done well. Our strikers are misfiring this season. We're getting goals from midfield, which is fine, but our strikers, we need more from them. Tarnat has got a couple from the bench. That's it. Double change for Bursaspor as well. They still haven't had a shot at goal. So the defence have had nothing to do. And they're on the ball here, though. And that's a tackle by Biasoli. And I think the referee, please don't send him off. That looks red. It's a straight red card. We've had 3 red cards in already this season. I think we had 1 all of last season. That's not good. Alright, Sousa's going to drop back a bit. I'm not going to make a sub. But Sousa's going to drop back a little bit. It's a free kick for Bursaspor. It's a first shot at goal. And it is a save by Stakura, but I'm just going to ask the guys to tighten up and just hold on to this win now. It could be a big 3 points. I'm going to make a change. Sousa's going to come off. Let's bring on Burkhardt. Just go for someone a little bit more sort of defence-minded. Into the last 10 minutes, they're going to start sort of wasting time on all that as well. Try and slow the pace down and just drop a little bit deeper. Bursaspor have not been in this game. We might have let them in it with that red card, but thankfully they haven't really taken advantage. And I've had very few shots. Strebel's going to make way for Arne late on here. And just waiting for that whistle to blow. Now there it is. We've won 1-0. Pretty uneventful game. Bursaspor weren't really in it. But bit nervous with a red card though. That's the 3rd red card already this season. That's a big win though. That's going to be important. I don't know how the other fixture went between Alkmaar and Anderlecht. But have a look. The 2 games against Anderlecht could be very interesting though. Not sure how they're going to go. So Anderlecht beat Alkmaar 1-0. So I think that means that everyone's on 3 points, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, everybody has 3 points. So head to head may well make a big difference. And with a double header against Anderlecht coming up, there could be some very important results. We can try and get something away at home against Alkmaar, and then we've got a trip to Turkey as well. So this group could go any way still. It's still wide open. After 2 games, everyone has 3 points. So I'm going to face every team once on camera in the Europa League. So that means that we will be having the game against Anderlecht next, away from home. So it will be another 6 games off camera, but I'll try and get through them as best I can. Unless we go for a shorter one and go for the home game, but I don't want to play too little. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, do drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when they're up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to receive updates if I upload or go live. Follow me on social media so you don't miss any of my content. I'll see you next time. Our European journey continues, 2 games in, and it's still wide open. This is anyone's to win this group, so hopefully it will be us. We'll try our very best to get through. But Anderlecht next time, hopefully we can get some more points on the board. Home game against Anderlecht could go well. Away from home, not quite sure. So join me for that. For now, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.